In this video, we're going to reteach topic 4.2, which was solving a linear system of three equations that has three variables. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look through my equations and I'm going to try to find a pair of equations that has the same coefficient and opposite signs. If I have that, that's the variable I'm going to eliminate first. So I'm looking and I look down my x's and I don't see anything that fits that bill. The x with the 1 might be kind of nice. I could use that, but I'm going to keep going. I'm looking down my y's. I don't see the same coefficient but opposite signs. So I'm going to go look at my z's. I'm looking at my z's and lo and behold, I have a 2z and a negative 2z. So I'm going to use that one as and eliminate my z's first. So the first pairing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two here and I'm going to pair them up. So I have 4x plus y plus 2z equals 10 and x plus 4y minus 2z equals negative 5. So I'm going to come back and eliminate those in just a minute. Now I'm going to pick another pair of equations. So I know I have to use this one here, and then I have to decide which one I'm going to use in addition to it. So one of these two equations we use twice. I have to eliminate my z's because, and I just noticed I have a typo right here. That should be a z. So I want to eliminate my z's. So I am going to I'm going to I have opposite signs already here, so I'm going to use this second equation. So I need to get those z's up to a 6. So I would have to multiply this first equation by 2 and this second equation by 3. So and I'm just going to put those down below here. Okay, so we are going to distribute that 2 through all parts of this, including across the equal sign. So 2 times x would be 2x. 2 times negative 3y would be negative 6y. 2 times 3z would be 6z. And 2 times 9 is 18. I'm now going to distribute this 3 through all 4 of those terms there. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4y is 12y. 3 times negative 2z is negative 6z. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And then we would add those up. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate these, and we'll eliminate our green pair. So elimination means I'm going to hopefully get rid of one of my variables and get it down to a system of 2. I'm just adding the columns. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. Negative 6y plus 12y is positive 6y. The z's cancel like we set up, so I'm just going to skip that. I'm not going to write it down. And then I have 18 and negative 15 is positive 3. I'm going to come over here to my green equations, and I'm going to eliminate. 4x plus x is 5x. 1y plus 4y is 5y. The z's cancel. And then 10 minus 5 is 5. Now I'm looking at what I have left. It looks like I got really lucky. And all right, so we got really lucky here. I'm noticing that I have the same coefficient, but it doesn't have opposite signs. So I'm going to use elimination again. I'm going to choose to multiply this blue one here by just a negative 1. So I'm going to distribute that through all 3 of these. I'm going to go ahead. So negative 1 times 5x is negative 5x. Negative 1 times 6y is negative 6y. And negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. We're going to go ahead and add these up. So negative 5x and negative 5x would be eliminated 0. 5y and negative 6y would be negative y. And 5 minus 3 is 2. I need to divide by a negative 1. So 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. I've got my y. Yay, now I need to get my x. So I can choose whether I go into the blue one or I go into the green one to get my y. I'm going to choose to go into the green one. So I'm going to write out my green one, 5x plus, I'm going to substitute my y in, so I'm going to leave that as a parentheses, a blank. I'm going to go ahead and take and put this -2 in there for the y. Now let's do this arithmetic. So we've got 5 times -2 is -10. I'm going to add the 10 to the other side. So that's going to be 5 plus 10 is 15. And then I'm going to divide by 5 and I get x equal to 3. So I've got an x and I've got a y. I now need to get a z. To get a z, I'm going to go back to my originals and I get to pick whether I want to use the first one, the second one, or the third one. And we want to use the one without the multiplication, the parentheses around it. I am going to choose to use my third one, I think. So I'm going to pick this one here to go into. So I'm going to write it out with parentheses where I have to put in my x and my y. All right, because I have to solve for z. So I'm putting my 3 in for my x, and I'm putting in my -2 for my y. And I'm going to try to use that to solve for z. So let's see, I'm keeping the 3. 4 times -2 is -8. And then I'm just writing down the -2z and the -5. 3 minus 8 is -5. Minus 2z equals -5. I'm going to add the -5 to the other side. And that's going to give me -5 plus 5, which is 0. And I'm going to divide by -2, which is going to give me 0. And we can't leave our answer like that. We have to write it as a coordinate. So I'm going to write it as my x first 3, my y second -2, and my z third as 0.